Oh, sorry, you look to be muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Parece que está en silencio. ¿Se puede quitar el silencio?
¿Me escuchas?
Sí. Señor, buenos días, ¿cuál es su nombre completo?
Buenos días, mi nombre es Álvaro Quiroz Jr.
Good morning, my name is Álvaro Quiroz Jr.
Thank you, Mr. Quiroz. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Gracias, señor Quiroz. Este es el día programado para su comparecencia inicial.
I'm seeing you today at Tucson City Court for some new misdemeanor charges.
Y hoy lo veo por el Tribunal Municipal de la Ciudad de Tucson por nuevos delitos de delito menor.
They're for knowingly displaying a fictitious license plate,
I'm sorry, no interpreter can hear. Knowingly displaying
a fictitious license plate,
por a sabiendas a presentar una placa de conducir de auto ficticio o falso,
and criminal damage, domestic violence.
y también por daños a propiedad ajena y violencia doméstica.
Regarding the fictitious license plate charge, I am dismissing that pursuant to the city attorney's standing motion to dismiss that particular charge.
Y con respecto a la placa de licencia ficticia o falsa, ese cargo lo voy a desestimar conforme a la fiscal de la ciudad.
So you just have the criminal damage in terms of the criminal charge.
Y en cuanto al delito penal, usted tiene solamente el delito de daños a propiedad ajena.
Sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Entonces, tiene derecho a permanecer en silencio. Cualquier cosa que diga puede ser utilizada en su contra.
You have the right to hire your own attorney.
Nomás lo que les quiero decir es como esa casa es mía. Yo estaba en mi casa dormido cuando llegó toda esa gente a mi casa y tenían.
Un momento. I just want to let you know that that house is mine. I was in my house sleeping when all that people arrived.
Okay, well, you can tell the next judge about all that, sir.
Y al próximo juez le puede decir todo eso, señor. Your interpreter didn't interpret your previous statement. Could the interpreter request a repetition on that
Yes.
statement?
So you have the right to hire your own attorney.
Señor, tiene derecho a contratar a su propio abogado.
In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you.
En algunas circunstancias, si no puede pagar su propio abogado, es probable que le asignemos uno.
All right, so sir, you're saying this allegedly occurred at your own residence. Does Denise live with you?
Señor, usted dice que presuntamente esto ocurrió en su propia residencia o vivienda. ¿Y Denise estaba con usted?
El departamento está solo a mi nombre. Ella nomás llegó de visita. Es la mamá de mis hijos. Ella va a visitarme allí.
The apartment is only under my name. She just came to visit. She's the mother of my kids, my children, and she just came to visit.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to release you today on your own promise to appear for your next court date.
Bueno, hoy lo voy a dejar en libertad bajo la promesa de comparecer a sus próximas fechas de corte.
Do not commit any acts of domestic violence.
Tiene prohibido cometer actos de violencia doméstica.
No contact with Denise while the case is pending.
No puede tener ningún contacto con Denise mientras está en proceso su caso.
Don't go to her house or her work or anything like that.
No puede ir a la casa de ella, al lugar de trabajo de ella, ni nada.
Your next court date, sir, is November 18 at 1:30 p.m.
Su próxima fecha de corte es el 18 de noviembre a la 1:30 de la tarde.
That'll be downtown at Tucson City Court.
Va a ser en el Tribunal Municipal de la Ciudad de Tucson y queda en el centro.
When you get released from jail this morning, you'll get a sheet of paper with all the information on it.
Cuando lo dejen en libertad de la cárcel esta mañana, va a recibir un documento con toda la información ahí incluida.
There'll also be a phone number for the courthouse.
También va a haber un número de teléfono para el tribunal.
If you can't make that November 18th date for some reason, please call them to reschedule your day.
Si por algún motivo usted no puede comparecer a esa fecha del 18 de noviembre, debe llamarlos para reprogramar la fecha.
If you do not call them in advance and you do not show up, a warrant can issue for your arrest.
Bueno, si usted no los llama con anticipación o no se presenta a esa fecha de corte, se puede emitir una orden de arresto en su contra.
The trial can go without you in your absence.
Se puede realizar el juicio sin su presencia.
If you're convicted at a trial in your absence, but not able to be sentenced within 90 days,
Y si usted se le halla culpable en el juicio y no se le puede imponer la pena porque usted no está presente en un periodo de 90 días,
you may lose appellate rights.
usted puede perder los derechos de apelación.
But your best interest is to make sure you show up so you can get this taken care of.
Es para su mayor beneficio que se presente y para poder usted responder a este caso.
Estaré ahí presente.
I will be there present.
All right, thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, and so you also have a civil citation that you should receive a ticket on.
También tiene una citación de índole civil en donde usted recibió una multa, un ticket.
And that's about a vehicle registration.
Y es con respecto al registro del vehículo.
So that one, you need to report to the city court, room 104, within 30 days of today to handle that.
Ya
Y
estoy
eso
listo.
se tiene que, un momento, señor. Ese se tiene que reportar a la Tribunal de la Ciudad en la sala 104 para ocuparse de eso. ¿Cómo?
Ok, muchas gracias. Sí, ya estoy listo ya le saqué la registración.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm ready for that. I already got the registration.
Okay, you probably need to provide proof of that then at the next, whenever you go to them.
Bueno, y probablemente tiene que presentar la prueba cuando sea que acuda a esa corte.
Sí, el carro es de mi mamá y no sabía que tenía la registración vencida y ya la saqué por 2 años. Ya estoy listo.
So the car belongs to my mother and I didn't know that the registration was expired, but I already got the registration for 2 years, so I'm already set.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. Your excuse for today.
Thank you,
Gracias, señora.
appreciate it. Gracias, tranquilo.
El intérprete, el juez, el abogado. Ahí. Se escucha que te dice.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Me da su nombre completo, por favor?
Víctor Hugo Chacón García.
Víctor Hugo Chacón García.
Thank you, Mr. Chacon Garcia. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Gracias, señor Chacón García. Este es el día programado para su comparecencia inicial.
I'm seeing you today on some felony charges of possession of dangerous drugs for sale,
Y la estoy viendo hoy por unos delitos graves, a posesión de una droga peligrosa para la venta,
criminal damage, and unlawful flight from law enforcement.
por daños a propiedad ajena y por huir ilegalmente de los agentes de orden público.
Sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Señor, usted tiene derecho a permanecer en silencio y cualquier cosa que diga puede ser utilizada en su contra.
You have the right to hire your own attorney.
Tiene derecho a contratar a su propio abogado.
I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Voy a nombrar a la Defensoría Pública del Condado de Pima para que lo represente.
Name an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today.
Al lado suyo está sentado un abogado para el propósito de la audiencia de hoy.
I'll be setting some release conditions for you, Mr. Chacon Garcia.
Y voy a fijarle unas condiciones de liberación para usted, señor Chacón García.
I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint.
He revisado el informe de los servicios previos al juicio y la queja interina.
The Attorney General's written recommendation is a $100,000 bond.
Y la recomendación escrita del fiscal general es de $100,000 de fianza.
Mr. Eklund, would the state like to be heard further?
Judge, we'll just note that Mr. Chacon Garcia is likely to have an ICE hold. So if we don't get a substantial bond, there's a high likelihood he'll be deported. And I'll also just note that this will be a victim case from the criminal damage element. He crashed into a residential trailer. My understanding is there was no one home at the time, but it will be a victim case.
Y dice el fiscal general que indica que hay una nota de que el señor Chacón García tiene una orden de retención por el Departamento de Inmigración ICE y por lo tanto, si no se impone una fianza elevada, es muy probable que sea deportado. Y a este caso también involucra a una víctima por el tema por la acusación de delito, daños a propiedad ajena, se accidentó o se estrelló contra un trailer residencial, aunque no había nadie dentro del trailer. Es un caso en donde también incluye una víctima.
All right, thank you.
Gracias.
Defense counsel?
Abogado defensor.
Judge, we'd be asking for a much lower bond than as recommended by the Attorney General.
Su señoría, nosotros estamos pidiendo una fianza mucho menor a la que se está recomendando por parte del fiscal general.
I don't have any verified employment, so there's no indication that he's going to be able to make anywhere near that type of bond amount.
No tengo verificación de que él tenga un empleo, por lo cual no hay ninguna posibilidad cercana a que pueda pagar esa cantidad de fianza.
He also has no felony or misdemeanor priors, no active NVCA flag, and a 1 on both of the scales.
1 on both of the scales. Prior to that, what was your statement?
No active NVCA flag.
NVCA or can
Yep.
you?
Yep, you're
can
right.
you- I'm sorry?
No active NVCA flag.
Right, and may the interpreter ask for what it stands for? NVCA?
New violent crime alert. Or activity, new violent crime activity.
Ok, thank you. Bueno, tampoco tiene antecedentes previos de delito grave ni de delitos menores. No tiene una nueva actividad de delitos, actividad nueva de delitos violentos. Y la calificación en ambas escalas de riesgo es un 1.
So we'd be asking for no more than a $15,000 bond.
Y por lo tanto estamos pidiendo por una fianza que no sea mayor a $15,000. And 15,
15,000, yes.
es de $15,000.
All right, thank you, counsel.
Gracias, abogado.
All right, the court does believe a high bond is appropriate due to potential flight risk and the allegations in the interim.
La juez determina que la fianza de valor elevado sí es apropiada debido a que existe la posibilidad de un riesgo de huida y también las alegaciones en la queja interina.
I'll impose a bond of $100,000. It will be cash.
Y voy a imponer una fianza en efectivo de $100,000.
If that bond is posted or if that bond is lifted, sir, you'd be released to pretrial services.
Si se paga esa fianza, se libera esa fianza, entonces, señor, usted va a ser liberado bajo los servicios previos al juicio.
No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial.
Y no puede consumir drogas ni alcohol, tampoco puede tener ningún arma de fuego y todos los monitoreos y tratamientos lo debe seguir según lo indiquen los servicios previos al juicio.
No contact with any alleged victims.
No puede tener ningún contacto con las presuntas víctimas.
May not leave Pima County without further order of the court.
No puede salir del condado de Pima sin tener una orden previa de la corte o del juez.
Your next court date, sir, is a preliminary hearing on October 27 at 1:30 p.m.
La última fecha de audiencia es una audiencia preliminar para el 27 de octubre a las 1:30 de la tarde.
That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney, the public defender's office.
Puede que se realice o no se realice esa fecha, por favor, entonces manténgase en contacto con la oficina de la Defensoría Pública.
If you fail to appear for court, sir, a warrant can issue for your arrest.
Y si usted no se presenta a corte, señor, se puede emitir una orden de arresto en su contra.
You understand all that, Mr. Chacon Garcia?
¿Comprende todo eso, señor Chacón García? Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused for today.
Gracias, señor, y se puede retirar por hoy.
Thank you. Have a good morning.
Have a good morning, Mr. Chacon.
And Your Honor, may the interpreter be excused?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Alex. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Interpreter will now disconnect.
And defense counsel, can I get your name, please, ma'am?
It's Audrey Baumgartner.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Jasmine Ashley Lozano.
Thank you, Ms. Lozano. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing out of Pima County Justice Court for some failures to appear. They're for shoplifting from August of this year. Looks like there's one from August 3rd, one from August 4th, and then also a trespass from August 4th. And these are failures to appear. These are not new charges. Looks like you're held in custody on something else right now on a felony matter. All right,
Yeah.
ma'am. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. So for these shoplifting cases only, ma'am, I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date. So there's not going to be a bond on this, but you're being held because of that separate felony matter. Okay. If you are out of custody, no contact with the alleged business victims, don't return to incident locations. You'll see a judge in justice court for these shoplifting cases, ma'am, October 27th at 8:38. Out of custody by then, it's up to you to make sure you show up to court. If you're still in custody because you're a felony matter, then the jail will make sure you get seen. If you fail to appear again, then a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand all that, Ms.
Okay.
Lozano?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. You're excused for today.
All right. Have a nice day.
Next, like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Gonna be Mr. One. Right then, turn.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Joe Dario.
All right, Mr. Carrillo, this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today for an out-of-county warrant from Yuma Justice Court. I don't know what the offense is for, but it looks like you failed to appear for whatever it was. All right, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. All right, so I'm going to honor the warrant amount from Justice Court from Yuma, which is $700 cash. And then I'm going to order that Yuma Sheriff's Department, they have 24 hours to arrange to pick you up, basically. And then they have 72 hours after that to actually pick you up physically. So less than a week. So if they don't pick you up within a week or so, then you're going to get released ROR. Okay. Your next court date is November 3rd at 1 p.m. at the Yuma Justice Court.
When?
November 3rd.
November 3rd. And you said I will be here for like a week?
Less than a week, yeah. So it's $700 bond. You can pay that or you can wait for less than a week, but they should pick you up before then.
So you say it's less than a week?
Yeah, so it's like four days pretty much.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're excused for today.
Oh, yeah,
right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Virginus Ross, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ross. This is a time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today for a couple of matters, Mr. Ross. You have
Yes,
out of Pima County Justice Court a failure to appear for shoplifting. Alleged offense dates from January of this year. It looks like you failed to appear in August for a court date. And then I'm seeing you from Tucson City Court for some new misdemeanor charges, disorderly conduct, 3 counts. One of them is alleged to be domestic violence. All right, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you.
Yes.
For the Justice Court case, sir, I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear. So no bond on the Justice
Yes,
Court
ma'am.
case.
Yes, ma'am.
Custody, no contact with that alleged business victim. Don't go back there. Next court
Yes, ma'am.
date is October 30th at 10 a.m. for the Justice Court case.
The 30th, correct, ma'am?
On your city court matter, however,
Yes, ma'am.
that one looks like you are already pending a city court case with Tucson City. You already have an attorney, so I'm going to reappoint her on your case today, which is Janet Altschuler.
Yes. We had a protective order that was trying to be the victim of my OR. She was served a protective order last night, and that's what caused the incident of us having an argument outside. The protective order was served to her. It's been an 8-month protective order they haven't been able to serve. They finally did last night, thank God.
Okay. Well, sir, looks
Yes,
like you're
ma'am.
ordered not to have contact. I understand you may have a protective order against her, but it looks like based on Judge Million's previous orders, you were not supposed to contact her regarding your
She was
criminal. So,
she was on my front porch, ma'am. She was sitting in front of my home, and I called 911 to get the order to come serve her, and we didn't have contact. I had contact with her boyfriend, not her, ma'am. They downloaded 3 videos of what they. Yes, ma'am. They downloaded 3 videos of what my evidence last night showing that I had contact with her boyfriend, not her. She left when we called it 911. She left. When she came back, they served her the no contact. I didn't have any contact with her whatsoever. I had contact with her boyfriend. Didn't speak to her once. But because she was there and I was arguing with her boyfriend, that's the reason why it was considered a DV on her behalf. I had no contact with her.
okay. So, sir, I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date for Tucson City as well. Do not
Yes,
commit
ma'am.
any acts of domestic violence, no contact with Denise or with Robert. Don't try to go find them or anything like that.
Oh, the protective order's been served. I'm excited because we're working on custody of my children. I have a hearing today at 3:00 about a permanency hearing. So I'm grateful that this occurred last night in regards to her being served because it's been 8 months. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, so it's ordered vacating, actually, no, sorry. All right, so you have 2 court cases with Judge Million City Court. They're going to be on the same date. That's November 13th at 10 a.m.
Absolutely. I seen her yesterday. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So, sir, when you get released from jail today, you'll get 2 sheets of paper. One will be about City Court, which is in November, and one will be a
Yes, ma'am.
Justice Court for the shoplifting later this month. If
Yes,
you
ma'am.
appear for court, as you can see, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go in your absence. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence, but not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to warrant status, you may lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand the
Yes, ma'am.
consequences of failing to show to court, Mr. Ross?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. You're excused for today. Make sure you keep in contact with Ms. Altschuler.
No problem, ma'am. Have a good day.
As well.
Uncle Bears.
All right. Good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Mark Anthony Lopez. Oh,
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. This is a time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing out of Tucson City Court. Looks like you have a number of failures to appear, sir. Assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, contributing to delinquency of a minor, additional counts of assault, domestic violence, and disorderly conduct theft.
that's what the warrants are for.
These are all old charges, sir. These are from.
Yeah. Is that what the warrants for? Because I missed
Yeah,
that part.
those are for all warrant cases. Yep. And then there's one new charge, which is for paraphernalia. All right.
Right, those warrants.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. All right. Because of the age of these cases and the prior failures to appear, You have been released ROR previously and still failed to show to court, sir. I'm going to impose a bond of $500. It's going to be cash or secured. If you do post that or if you're released, no drugs, no alcohol, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with any alleged victims. Don't try to go find them or anything like that. Your next court date, sir, is 10/24. That's next week at 1:45 p.m. at Tucson City. As you can see, if you fail to appear for court, warrants can issue for your arrest. Trial can go in your absence. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence but not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to warrant status, you may lose appellate rights. Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, Mr. Lopez?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf for the new misdemeanor charge. You'll see a judge next week, okay? Your excuse for today?
Am I being released today?
Nope, you have a $500 bond, sir.
Well, I don't understand. Why is this happening? Because
Because you've been court multiple times and you've been released ROR before, and now you have multiple cases. So you can talk to a judge about it next week and you'll have an attorney, sir.
They're dismiss all.
Right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Scott Ashley Pruitt.
Thank you, Mr. Pruitt. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing today out of Tucson City Court for failures to appear. There are multiple counts of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass, shopping cart possession, and more drug paraphernalia. Some of these are from this year, some of them are from last year. All right, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. All right, sir, because of the number of cases and the number of failures to appear, I am going to impose a bond of $500. It'll be cash or secured. If you do post that or if you're released, no drugs, no alcohol, do not return to any incident locations. You'll see a judge next week, sir, 10/23 at 1:45 p.m. As you can see, when you fail to appear for court, warrants issue for your arrest. Do you understand all that, Mr. Pruitt?
Okay.
You'll see a judge next week, sir, and you'll have an attorney. You're excused for today.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mark Reynolds.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Mark Steven Reynolds.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reynolds. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today out of Tucson City Court for 2 new misdemeanor charges, threatening, intimidating, disorderly conduct, domestic violence. Sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. All right, sir, if I release you today, is there somewhere you can go that is not with your parents?
Yeah. I got some places. Yeah.
Okay, where would you stay?
I got like 2 friends.
Are they local in Tucson?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date. Conditions include do not commit any acts of domestic violence. You have to find somewhere else to stay, not with your parents. You can go back with police escort only to pick up some personal belongings before you go stay with your friends. No contact with your dad. He doesn't want to talk to you right now. Your mom is okay with you calling her and things, so. Okay, but that's up to you. Your next court date is November 17th at 9:30 a.m. I know you had another one later today, but everything's together now. So your next court date is November 17th at 9:30 a.m. All right.
All right.
When you get released from jail, so you'll get a sheet of paper with the next court date, the address, phone number, and all that. If you can't make that November date for some reason, please call them in advance to reschedule. If you don't show up and you don't call them in advance, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go without you. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence but not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to warrant status, you may lose appellate rights. You understand the consequences of failing to show to court, Mr. Reynolds?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. When I enter not guilty, please on your behalf, you're excused for today.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Anthony Alvarado.
Mr. Alvarado, this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you out of South Tucson City Court for some failures to appear. So these are all old charges. They're for theft, shoplifting from May of this year, a criminal trespass from June of this year, and a disorderly conduct from May of this year, or May of last year, excuse me. All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint Michael Vaughn as your attorney to represent you in these matters, sir, out of South Tucson. Because of the failures to appear in the age of some of these cases, I'm going to impose a bond, sir. It's going to be $200, which is cash or secured. If you post that $200 or if you're released, no contact with any alleged victims, do not return to any incident locations. Your next court date is tomorrow, October 16th at 10 a.m. So if you post that $200, sir, it's up to you to make sure you show up to South Tucson Court. If you're still in custody, jail, make sure you get seen tomorrow at 10:16, 10 a.m. And your attorney, Mr. Vaughn, will be there. All right, as you can see, when you fail to appear for court, Mr. Alvarado, warrants can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, sir?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused for today. I'll see you, judge, tomorrow.
Ready, counsel?
Yep.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
You need to pay attention, Judge.
Hello, Mayor Lugo Parra.
All right, thank you, Ms. Lucopara. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a new felony charge of burglary in the third degree. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. Appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. Name an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, ma'am. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $10,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
Your Honor, this individual is on felony probation and is alleged to have entered a former employer and stole cash out of a safe. I'm not aware whether or not this person has a hold from probation. So $10,000.
All right, thank you. Ms. Baumgartner?
Judge, I understand the probation allegation. However, she's been on probation since it looks like April of 2023. I'm not seeing any violations. So she's got just a little bit of time left on probation. She does have support and housing with her mom, and no active NVCA flag. She also doesn't have any verified employment, so we're asking you consider release to pretrial, but if you are likely to impose a bond, then no more than a $5,000 bond.
All right, thank you. Given the information before the court does believe a bond is appropriate, Ms. Lugapara, I'm going to impose a $5,000 bond, cash or secured, released to pretrial services if bond is posted. And in fact, ma'am, you'd be released to pretrial as well as to probation on your other cases. So you need to contact your assigned probation officer after you're released from custody. No contact with co-defendant Omar Navarro regarding this case. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. No contact with Popeyes. Don't go back to the incident location. Next court date, ma'am, is a preliminary hearing on October 27th at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney, especially if you're out of custody. If you fail to appear for court, ma'am, whether it's that October 27th date or a future date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, ma'am? All right, thank you. You're excused for today, and I think you guys are muted at the jail.
Hello.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Good morning. My full name is Omar Ramsey Navarro Valenzuela.
Thank you, Mr. Navarro Valenzuela. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today for new felony charges of burglary in the 3rd degree and unlawful flight from law enforcement. All right, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. Appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. Name an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today, sir. I'll be setting some release conditions for you. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $10,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
Your Honor, this is the other half of the co-defendant of the previous case. Your Honor, adding the charge of flight and looking at his history. He has a violent history of probation, having been revoked, 10,000.
All right, thank you. Ms. Baumgartner?
Judge, as he noted, this is the co-defendant, so they are similarly situated. It looks like his last prior is from 2022. I do note the added charge. However, I don't have any verified employment. So we'd ask that you do no more than a $7,500 bond.
All right, thank you. Court does believe a bond is appropriate. I'm going to pose a bond of $4,000 for Mr. Navarro Valenzuela. So it will be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. Do not drive without a valid driver's license. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. No contact with the business Popeyes. Don't return to the incident location. No contact with Mayreli Lugopara regarding this case. Your next court date, sir, is a preliminary hearing on October 27th at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney, sir, at the legal defender's office. If you fail to appear for court, whether it's that date or a future date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, Mr. Navarro Valenzuela?
Yes, I understand.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused for today. All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Joshua Taylor Whitehair.
Thank you, Mr. Whitehair. This is a time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some felony charges, 10 counts. Ms. Baumgartner, waive reading of the charges.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And even an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, Mr. Whitehair. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $250,000 bond. Mr. Posted, would the state like to be heard further?
Your Honor, each count in this matter represents the ongoing victimization of an innocent. Nothing short of a custodial detention prior to trial will ensure this person does not have access to the means of furthering these sorts of actions. There is no condition of release that will be enforceable in any way to prevent him from reoffending. This sort of victimization is in no way lessened because there is not a physical victim present in the community. $250,000.
All right, thank you. Ms. Baumgartner?
Judge, we'd be asking that you consider release in this case. I understand the state's points. However, the state stated there's no indication that he wouldn't continue to reoffend, and I don't think that's necessarily true. He fully cooperated with police, provided all information they asked for. He doesn't have any priors, any felony priors. He doesn't have an active flag. He doesn't live with any minors. He has a full-time job. He's scoring a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix. So Given all that and the fact that there is no listed or known victim at this time, we are asking you consider release, or if you are likely to impose a bond, then no more than a $20,000 bond.
All right, thank you. Mr. Whitehair, I'm going to release your pretrial services. That means you have to keep in contact with that agency as frequently as they tell you to. I understand the state's concerns, but given this, I do think that pretrial is appropriate, sir. No unsupervised contact at all with any minors whatsoever. No usage of electronic devices that are connected to the internet unless it is legitimate for work purposes only. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons whatsoever. Any monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. Do you understand all that, Mr. Whitehair?
Or you say that again?
Yes.
Okay. And if you do not comply with those conditions, sir, and pretrial services find out about it, they will tell the next judge about it. Your release conditions can be revoked. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Whitehair, your next court date is a preliminary hearing on November 4th at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go forward, so please keep in contact with your attorney, the public defender's office. If you fail to appear for court for that date or a future date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Understand, Mr. Whitehair?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. You're excused for today. All right. Good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Aaron Wayne Bell.
Mr. Bell, this is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on new felony charges of possession of narcotic drugs and paraphernalia. Sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. Name an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, Mr. Bell. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. I do see that you're on release to pretrial on another matter right now. The state's written recommendation is a $10,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
Other than to note that the state has every right to hold him no bond, however, is chosen to suggest a bond.
All right, thank you. Ms. Baumgartner?
I understand that the state has a right to hold him no bond, and they are willing to offer a bond. However, I think we need to consider what the charge is and what he was on release for. He has no felony priors. This is a drug case. So if we are going to hold him on a bond, then we're asking for no more than a $1,500 bond.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Baumgartner, would you like a steps hearing date?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right, Mr. Bell, you may be eligible to participate in a drug treatment diversion program. The state does a screening to see if you qualify for it. Would you be interested?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so that program is called STEPS, sir. I will set you a STEPS hearing for next week, October 22nd at 9 a.m. So you'll find out if you qualify for that program. I am going to hold you on a dollars, cash or secured. You'd be released to pretrial services if you post that bond. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. Next court date on this case, other than the STEPS hearing, which is next week, is a preliminary hearing on October 27th at 1:30 p.m. If you do post the bond again, please make sure you keep in contact with pretrial. You understand all that, Mr. Bell?
Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're excused for today.
Hi.
Good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Frank Barraza.
Thank you, Mr. Barraza. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing today on a couple different things. There is a theft charge, a felony. Alleged offense date is from February 15th of 2024. Then you have a misdemeanor at Tucson City Court, sir, for not having an ignition interlock device when required. All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. On your felony matter, I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting release conditions for you, sir, on both the felony as well as the misdemeanor matter. We'll talk about the felony first. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $3,500 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Baumgardner?
Judge, I'd like to be heard on probable cause first.
Okay.
I'm looking at this interim complaint, and there's no indication as to how they identified Mr. Barraza as the individual alleged to have done these crimes. They basically just insert his name, and then repeat over and over that he did these things, but there's been no indication as to how they verify this is the individual who committed the crime.
Mr. Poston?
One moment, Your Honor. One moment. Looking at the IC, Your Honor, looks like this is from back in February, and the information implies that Mr. Barraza was an employee at Pima Automotive Center. Given the fact that Pima Automotive Center presumably knows who their employees are, and that a vehicle that was apparently at Pima Automotive Center that his employer, who recognized him on camera, was seen taking the property. Your Honor, I think there is probable cause. Thank you.
Thank you. Based on the information provided, I do believe that there's probable cause to move forward at this point. The interim doesn't say it's an unknown suspect that was later identified, but Mr. Barraza is listed as the suspect in all the allegations there. So I think there's probable cause in terms of identification at this point. Ms. Baumgardner, conditions of release.
Yes, Judge. So as noted, this is an incident from February of 2024. Mr. Barraza is currently on probation. He was placed on probation back in June for an offense that was committed 11 November of 2024. So he didn't have it. He's never had a chance to deal with this offense. He didn't commit it while on probation. He's already spoke with his probation officer about it. There is no hold in place. He has support, employment, and housing with his partner. So we're asking you give him a chance, release him to pretrial service, allow him to deal with this. He's already on probation. He's going to have a high level of supervision. And it looks like he hasn't had the opportunity to deal with this time.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Barraza, on your felony matter, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. No contact with the alleged victim. Don't return to Pima Automotive Center while your case is pending. Also, you're to contact your PO on the other matter either today or tomorrow when you get out of custody. Next court date on the felony case is a preliminary hearing on November 4th at 1:30 p.m. That date may or may not go forward, sir, so please keep in contact with your attorney, the public defender's office. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. And then, sir, on your Tucson City Court matter, that's the ignition interlock. I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date. Do not drive, of course, without a valid ignition interlock as required, or if it's still required. Next court date for Tucson City is November 14th at 9 a.m. So when you get out of jail today, you'll get 2 sheets of paper, sir. One will be about the theft felony charge, and one will be about the Tucson City misdemeanor. 2 court dates, 2 courthouses. There'll be phone numbers on both, and you have an attorney on your felony case, of course. If you fail to appear for court, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go in your absence. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence, but you're not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to that warrant status, you may lose appellate rights. Do you understand the consequences of failing to show to court, Mr. Barraza?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You're excused for today. Good morning, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Melissa Christie.
Thank you, Ms. Christie. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today out of Pinal County Superior Court for a felony warrant for dangerous drugs, narcotic drugs, drug paraphernalia. Alleged offense date is 12/15/24. Looks like you failed to appear for initial appearance out of Pinal County. All right, ma'am, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. In certain instances, if you cannot afford one may be appointed for you. So, ma'am, the warrant amount for failing to appear out of Pinal is $2,500. I'm going to honor that bond amount. It's cash or secured. I'll set you a review hearing about a month from today, November 17th at 9 a.m. So basically, ma'am, Pinal is going to be contacted and they should have picked you up by that date or before that date. Usually they pick people up within a week or so. Okay? All right, you're excused for today.
Judge, are we allowed to argue bond on these?
No, because it's out of county and it's not a fugitive matter.
Okay, thank you.
Gámez. Gámez. Isaiah Gámez.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Isaiah Gámez.
Thank you. Mr. Gomez, this is the time set for your initial appearance. All right, I'm seeing you today on 2 separate matters, sir. Looks like you have new felony charges for possession of dangerous drugs, narcotic drugs, possession of a weapon by a private possessor, possession of a weapon during a felony drug offense. And you also have out of Nogales Municipal Court, a disorderly conduct and threatening, intimidating, which are misdemeanors. And looks like, I'm not seeing you on this, of course, but it looks like you have a hold from Department of Corrections for parole violation. All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. On your new felony matters in Pima County, I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. Name an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting release conditions for you, sir, on both of the Nogales and the new felony matter. We'll start with the felony case first. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $10,000 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
No, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Baumgartner?
Judge, I don't believe a $10,000 bond is necessary in this case. He already has a DOC hold. This is drugs and possessing a weapon as a prohibited possessor. There's no alleged victims in these matters, so we'd be asking for no more than a $5,000 bond.
All right, thank you. Mr. Gomez, I'm going to hold you on a $5,000 bond on the felony charges. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if bond is posted and the DOC hold lifts. If you post the $5,000 now, DOC will likely take you into their custody and you would lose that money. All right, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. That's all if the DOC hold or when the DOC hold lifts. Next date for the felony matter is a preliminary hearing on 10/27 at 1:30 p.m. That date may not go forward, sir, so please keep in contact with your attorney, the public defender's office. All right, for the Nogales City Court matter, the bond amount is 500, so I will honor that bond amount, 500 cash. And basically, after your felony matter is all done, they'll decide if they want to pick you up on that. I'm not sure if they see people virtually, but the next court date for Nogales is 12/3 at 10 a.m. All right, you're excused for today, sir. Thank you.
Also,
All right, morning, sir. Can I have your full name, please?
Christopher Shane Stewart.
Sure, this is the time set for initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on a post-indictment matter of Pima County Superior Court, CR 2022-1981, for possession of dangerous drugs and drug paraphernalia. The alleged offense date is from May 1st of 2022. All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. Appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. Name an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. And sir, I'm also seeing you on a failure to appear out of Eloy Justice Court. Looks like it's for a DUI.
Ma'am, if I could say something real quick, I just got released from federal custody.
I understand.
I just got released from federal
I
custody.
understand that, sir. Thank you. All right. So I'm seeing you on those two separate matters, sir. I'll be setting release conditions for you on both of them. We'll talk about the felony first, sir. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. I did note that based on the dates that provided in pretrial, Mr. Stewart was in federal custody at the time of the arraignment that he missed in Superior Court on the 2022 matter. The state's written recommendation is a $500 bond, which is the bond amount on the failure to appear warrant. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
No, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Baumgardner?
Judge, given the fact that he was in custody, given the fact that he was in custody during the arraignment, he didn't have notice of the hearing. If he did, he couldn't get to it. We're asking that you release him to pretrial services to let him go deal with this. It doesn't indicate almost immediately after he was taken into custody when it was released the last time. And so he wants the opportunity to take care of this. So we're asking you to give him that chance.
I just started to get my life back out there. I just started getting things going. Like I sure.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Stewart, I'm going to release your pretrial services on your new felony case. That means you have to keep in contact with them as frequently as they tell you to. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. Also contact your federal probation officer upon first working day after release from custody, either today or tomorrow. Make sure they know what's going on as well. Your next court date for this case, sir, is October 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Today is Wednesday, so next Wednesday you're showing up at Superior Court 3rd floor for your arraignment. If you don't show up, sir, I can guarantee another warrant's going to issue, so make sure you show up next Wednesday. All right, for your Eloy case, that one I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date. When you get released from jail today, sir, you'll get 2 sheets of paper. One's going to be for Superior Court for next Wednesday for your arraignment on the drug charges Eloy case. I don't know if you're based out of Tucson, but Eloy is a little bits away. So there's a phone number on there. Call them. See if you can appear virtually unless you want to drive over there. The next court date for Eloy is 12/2 at 9 a.m. If you fail to appear for courts or warrants can issue. Do you understand all that, Mr. Stewart?
I do. There's some discrepancies right there because I was told they dropped all the charges.
Okay, well, it's about the date you brought the charges. It's always possible if it's within the time frame the state can recharge after they dismiss them. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You're excused for today. Thank you, sir. Morning, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Yes, it's Matthew James Thompson.
All right, thank you, Mr. Thompson. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on 3 separate matters, sir. You have new felony charges of burglary in the 3rd degree, criminal damage, and trafficking and stolen property. The alleged offense dates are from July of 2025. You also have a misdemeanor failure to appear for drug paraphernalia. That is out of Pima County Justice Court. And then you have out of Tucson City Court, failure to appear for crime trespass, drug paraphernalia, and a new misdemeanor charge of drug paraphernalia. So there's 3 courts. So Justice Court, Tucson City, and felony. All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. On your felony matters, sir, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. Name an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting release conditions for you, Mr. Thompson, on all 3 of your matters. We'll start with the felonies first. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is a $2,500 bond. Mr. Poston, would the state like to be heard further?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Baumgartner?
Judge, we'd be asking that you release him to pretrial services. These are older offenses from July. He does have housing with his girlfriend. He just couldn't provide the number to get it verified. His last prior, it looks like, is from 2014, and his parole ended in 2021. And I'm not seeing any new felonies since then, other than the one he's alleged to have today. So for those reasons, we're asking for a release to pretrial.
Thank you. Based on the allegations in the interim, the information in the pretrial services report, the court does believe a bond is appropriate. Mr. Thompson, I'm going to hold you on a $2,500 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if that bond is posted. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, no contact with the alleged victim. Don't return to any incident location. You will not engage in any resale or pawning activity while your case is pending. Next court date for the felony matter is October 27th at 1:30 p.m. for a preliminary hearing. That date may or may not go forward, sir, so please keep in contact with your attorney, the legal defender's office. Now, on your justice court case, that's the failure to appear on a paraphernalia charge. That's our 2023, looks like. I am going to release you on your own promise to appear for your next court date. So no bond on that one. No drugs, no alcohol. Next court date is November 3rd at 10:30 a.m. If you're still in custody because of the felony matter, the jail will make sure you get seen for that. And then finally, on the Tucson City Court case, sir, that one I'm going to appoint you an attorney, the Tucson City Public Defender's Office. I'm going to release you on your own promise to appear again, so no bond on that one. No drugs, no alcohol. Do not return to any incident locations of the alleged trespass. Next court date is December 12th at 9 a.m. So, sir, they pushed that out because they want to see what's going on with your felony case before they move the case along. If you fail to appear for court, as you can see, warrants can issue for your arrest. Trial can go in your absence. If you're convicted at a trial in your absence, but you're not able to be sentenced within 90 days due to that warrant status, you may lose appellate rights. You understand the consequence of failing to show to court, Mr. Thompson?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused for today. I'm going to enter not guilty, please, on your behalf for the new city charge. All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your full name, please?
Joe Wells.
All right, thank you, Ms. Wells. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on some new felony charges of promoting contraband, aggravated driving under the influence, possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. All right, ma'am, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney and appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, ma'am. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. It does appear that Ms. Wells is pending felony charges right now to Superior Court. Looks like 3 CR numbers. Mr. Poston, your written recommendation is a $5,000 bond. State is not requesting a no bond at this time.
Correct.
Right, thank you. Anything further, Mr. Poston? Right, thank you. Ms. Baumgartner?
Judge, in lieu of the no bond, we're comfortable with the 5,000.
Okay. All right, thank you. Ms. Wells, I'm going to impose a bond of $5,000. In this case, will be cash or secured, released to pretrial if your bond is posted. Do not drive without a valid driver's license. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Any monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. Next court date is a preliminary hearing on October 27th at 1:30 p.m. Please keep in contact with your attorney, ma'am, as that date may or may not go forward. If you fail to appear for court, whether it's that October 27 or a future date, a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all that, Ms. Wells? Yes? Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. You're excused for today.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can I have your full name, please?
Mariana Wilkins.
Thank you, Ms. Wilkins. This is the time set for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you today on new felony charges of possession of dangerous drugs and drug paraphernalia. Ma'am, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you have an attorney seated next to you for purpose of today. I'll be setting some release conditions for you, Ms. Wilkins. I have reviewed the pretrial services report and the interim complaint. The state's written recommendation is release to pretrial screen for steps. Mr. Poston, is that all correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Baumgartner?
No objection, Judge.
Ms. Wilkins, looks like you're already enrolled in steps on some other matters. Would you like to be screened for steps on this new one as well?
Yes, please.
I'll set you a steps hearing for next Wednesday, 10/22 at 9 a.m. at Superior Court on the 3rd floor, so you can find out if you'd be eligible to participate in steps on this case as well. You're released to pretrial services, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, any monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. You still have to do whatever you're still doing on those other PI case numbers, but make sure you keep in contact with pretrial for this new case as well. And Ms. Baumgartner waived time for the preliminary hearing date?
Yes, Judge.
So the preliminary hearing date is pushed back to December 1st at 1:30 p.m. I mean, make sure you show up next Wednesday on 3rd floor so you can find out if you qualify for steps on this new case.
Okay.
Excuse for today. Thank you, Ms. Wilkins.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is that everyone?
That's it, Your Honor.